What's going on, guys? Let me move the camera back a little bit. We are coming up on final assembly to where we should be able to, I don't know if we're going to get it started tonight because we're losing daylight fast, but we should at least. Okay, we got the belt on. It looks like we'll go ahead and start tightening it down. So we just got the belt on, guys. Hopefully we can start getting the radiator in here in a second. Guess I can bring you guys up a little bit closer so that you can see. I know my phone, the battery on it sucks. We at 22%, so we probably won't get too much out of this upload. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna try my best to. This is a bit of a new. This is a bit of a new assembly for me, just because with the new timing cover and everything's just different. Where stuff mounts is different. Where you're able to reach certain places is different because you don't have as much space because the timing cover is just a little bit bigger. So this is a bit of a challenge. So I need to figure out how in the world I can get to this tensioner. And what I want to do is I want to use this swivel and this extension, but I got a feeling that that's still not gonna work for whatever reason. We can try it though. I'm gonna try it real quick. Let's see if I can get it up there. Oh yeah. Okay, well it's up there. It ain't up there the way I would like it to be, but I'm gonna see if we can at least get it to go down some. And just so you guys can see, in case you really are wondering what in the world I'm doing down here, I'm trying to reach that. The camera quality might be kind of blurry, but I'm trying to reach that tensioner that's way down in there is what I'm trying to reach. And that is just, with this new timing cover setup, it's just horrible. Like there's literally just no space. Alrighty. I think this belt's still a little loose. Let's see. Yeah, the belt's still a little loose. We're gonna try our best to keep going, but good gracious, but I tell you, this is in a horrible position. think I'm going to end up having to like just take these. I don't want to take these brackets back off though. That's the worst part, is I do not want to take the brackets back off. I need to get a pry bar real quick. Guys, this is absolutely horrific. Actually, hold on, wait a second. This might be a better. Actually, I think I can reach it from right in here. We might have just found it, boys. I just got to get this swivel to cooperate with me. That's exactly what I had to do. Now, guys, like I said, this is a completely new setup, so don't give me any flack in the comments. It's a VQ35, but it's got a lot of work done to it. It's no longer a 3.5; it's a 4.1 liter because it got bored and stroked. We got a set of high flow HR heads up here, some massive Genwolt technology cams. But the setup is new, and I'm trying to figure it all out on the fly without having any, of course, help or anything like that. So I think that's as tight as I want this auxiliary belt to go. Get my socket and extension up out of there. And now I need to tighten the tensioner down. Should need a 12 for that. I gotta get up under the car. Actually, I think I need a 14, and I have one right here too. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So we do have we finally got the tensioner and the belt on, which means the alternator is on. Let's see if we can go ahead and actually remove you guys up here a little bit. We're gonna see if we can go ahead and actually put the plugs and everything for the alternator in. I had to move them over to the side for the time being because there was quite literally no space. So I had to move them over. But that plug goes right in there. You guys couldn't hear the click, but I could see it. It did end up clicking in. And then we have to put the positive on. That should go up here like so. Okay. And then put this crush washer on that bolt, and then we can screw on the should be able to screw on the nut. Now I feel like this nut's probably going to be like it looks like it might be like a 14. I think I got a 14 over here. Thanks, my boy. Appreciate the love, man. Let's see, guys. I think I got a 14 over here somewhere. I got to go ahead and put the positive on the alternator real quick. That way we can actually have some stuff running to it. Now the battery is disconnected, so I'm not worried about anything sparking. Nothing, nothing should spark considering the battery's disconnected. I just hope, let me make sure this is the right size socket because I don't want it to just be twisting. I feel like I need a 13 because I know it's not I got a 12 right here. Let me check. No, it's not a 12. Why would they make it a 13 though? That's horrible. Yeah, it's a V6, man. All right, guys, I went and got my 13. Yeah, it's a bigger alternator. I got a, I went ahead because I think stock, the alternator is a 120 amp. I do have a sound system in this car, so I went on ahead and upgraded to a 250 amp. I would have got like a 400 amp, but it was like over $600 for a 400 amp, whereas I was able to get this one at a decent price, at least around $300. So I don't think I need all the alternator power. Yeah, it's a dual overhead cam, Alex. And if you guys want to see me doing the timing as well as, you know, setting the cams and all that type of stuff, I have all that stuff on my channel when I actually built this engine. So if you guys want to see, you know, sort of like the inside, the makeup of the engine, I got plenty of videos. You guys will just have to go check them out. All of them are going to be something having to do with the stroker engine build. Alrighty, so we got the positive on, we got alternator plugged up, AC compressor is plugged up as well, and we also have the belt on the alternator, as we should. And I think the last thing to do, guys, is going to be to try our best to go ahead and put this radiator in. I think that's all that we need as far as clearance. The reason I've kept the radiator out, hold on, I'm reading the chat, y'all. What's the deal with the student? Hey man, y'all already know student drivers, it's a few people you don't want to mess with. One of them is the Honda boys that's got the laptop in the passenger seat. You don't want to mess with anything that has a parachute on the back, and you don't want to mess with anything that has a student driver sticker. I'm just telling you guys. If you can't be for sure that it's actually a student driver in there actually taking a test with an instructor or something, I would just steer clear. That's all I'm gonna say. Before all the upgrades, when I just did the stroker kit on it, and I'm talking to Alex, when I just did the stroker kit, it ended up making 330 to the wheel. Since then, we have added a 6-speed manual transmission because I made that power on the 5-speed automatic, which you guys know, especially with these Nissans, the 5-speed automatic like hinders a lot of power and it makes it horrible to drive. But we did the 6-speed swap. We did do the ported HR heads. You guys see we do have some MSD ignition coils as well as Nissan GTR spark plugs. We also did a set of high lift, high duration JWT cams, as well as I did fab up. I know that my welding isn't the best, guys, but I literally made this from scratch. I did fab up a set of headers. The only headers that they offered for this car was about 25% more horsepower just for the 6-speed. So if I'm making 330 with the automatic, you can automatically boost that to right around 350, 360 to the wheel with just the 6-speed swap. And that's not to mention the high ram intake that we have right here. We do have the upgraded 75 mil throttle body, as well as I think I also got a JWT cold air intake that's going to go up here, as well as a 3.5-inch intake tube. So the engine is fully built for the most part. Like I said, the heads are ported. The lower intake plenum is ported. We do have 650 cc injectors, as well as a 340 liters per hour, I think it is, what's the AEM brand fuel pump. Uh, oh, and I haven't even shown you guys the exhaust. Hold on, for you guys. Hopefully the camera quality doesn't get horrible, but here's the exhaust in the back. So I did fab up my own exhaust. NC Matt. I'll get to boosting it in a second, but I got a lot to say about boosting it. I did fab up my own exhaust. Like I said, the only thing I could find was for eBay, and the eBay stuff that I had was just horrible at making power. The tubes for the exhaust were like that small. It was just horrible. So I fabbed up my own headers. I did fab up a dual 2.5 inch exhaust all the way to the back, and you guys see I got it wrapped around the rear cross frame, cross crash bar, and they come out of the bumper. I do have the bumper off right now because I'm just making sure everything is set as far as the fab goes. But it does shoot flames. Sounds absolutely sick. We do have K-Sport coilovers. You guys can see we do have the adjustable dampening and everything, but thanks, my boy, putting a whole lot of work into it. We do have a Camaro, Corvette, and my 1000cc motorcycle is in there. Let me get to some of these questions. Am I going to build? Yeah, I'm going to build the LS3. So my Camaro, Alex, you might have been in here for one of the other live streams, and I'm gonna have to end up getting back to the build before it gets too dark out here for me to do anything. My Camaro, actually, the LS3 and it blew up. So I literally got it from a dealership, drove it maybe 500 miles. It had a warranty on it. Drove it maybe 500 miles. Started getting a low engine oil pressure light on the dash. It only has 48,000 miles on it, guys. Started getting a low engine oil pressure light on the dash. Took it back to them. They changed the oil pump. I got it back, and 2 days later, the engine blew up. So we do plan on doing an LS3 build. Probably going to go with the LS3 427. That way we can make full benefit of all that displacement and have what looks like a normal SS spanking all the Scat Pack guys and all the other, you know, the GT guys with the Mustangs and all that. This is going to be spanking them when I put that 427 in there, because we're going to do supporting mods. So it's going to be crazy. 48,000 miles. It had a dash swap. I think it probably did, my boy. Am I going to boost it? Now, Matt, I did want to make a point about that. When it comes to this engine, bro, like, it is an aluminum engine, and I do have some darting sleeves in it, because when I did bore it out to 100 millimeters for the bore to make it a 4.1 liter, I did go ahead and put sleeves in it. The only issue is when you create so much cylinder pressure, for whatever reason with these blocks specifically, the sleeves tend to not want to hold up because of the difference in thermal expansion between the steel sleeves and the actual aluminum block. So I don't think I'm going to boost it. I'm thinking about possibly adding nitrous, though. I think if we get 100 shot of nitrous, as well as, you know, when we do the purge, I think that'll look pretty sick. Boosting it might come in the future. I'm not entirely sure, just because this is a front wheel drive Maxima platform. You guys know it's not a whole lot of aftermarket support. There is some, but it's not as much aftermarket support as with your G35s, your 350Zs, your 370Zs. I could very easily probably try to adapt a rear wheel drive turbo kit to this front wheel drive setup. It would just be a whole lot of headache, whole lot of research and development on my part. I'm not made of money, so I'm not entirely sure if we're going to be boosting it yet. But I do want to add nitrous, if that answers your question, Matt. Oh yeah, I'd race a GTR for sure. I'd probably lose, unless, I don't know, if the GTR is stock. If it's a stock GTR, I might be able to win, because whenever I get done with this car, it should be making, after all the mods that we just have put up here. Now, like I said, I do plan on, this is going to be the first start after putting the heads on, putting the cams in, adding everything else back together. This is going to be the first start since the last setup that we had. So I'm a little nervous. First starts are always nerve-wracking, You don't know if you're going to have any issues with clearance. You don't know if you're going to have any issues with oil, because we did change the oil gallery gaskets. So I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna try to get the radiator in and try to get this thing started up tomorrow, which is going to be Saturday. And I'm hoping that we don't have any issues. What else we got in the chat? Was gonna put a blower on my Harley, and she had to wash her hair. Interesting. And I already read the one. My boy said 48,000 miles. Yeah, I'm a little upset about my Camaro, man. I ain't gonna hold you. This thing is extremely torquey now. Of course, all the RPM that it runs, because it goes up to right around 7,800 RPM. All the RPM, you know, when you get really, really high up there, that's when you really feel the power. But with the Camaro that's over there, with this, it's just torquey all around. It is a V8. It is 6.2 liters. So, I mean, it is torquey. I do really miss this car. I'm a little upset that I got to wait for all this litigation stuff to go over. That way I can see if I can get the dealer to go ahead and pay for it. My phone's about to die too. That's what I was just saying. I'm just a little upset. I'm ready to get this thing back on the road. J35 Honda swap for the win. I'm not putting a Honda in here at all. I'm not putting a Honda engine in here, buddy. There's no chance. Is it supposed to be a drag build? I wouldn't mind taking it to the drag strip, honestly. The thing about these front wheel drive cars is, and actually, let me go ahead and let me go grab the radiator real quick, and I'll come right back. That's a Chevy motor for you. Yeah, I like the V8 better. Hey, yo, don't be nervous. You sound like you care. You likely did everything right. Yeah, I did. I triple checked like a lot of stuff, buddy. No, this intake, this is the intake for this car. Hold on. This is the intake for this car right here. I just had to cut it because with the new high ram intake that we're running, intake manifold, the stock way that I had it was not going to fit. So I had to shorten it a little bit so that I could still fit it in the engine bay. Let me see if I got any more things up here before I go over there and pick up the radiator. But yeah, I did go ahead and I triple checked everything, bro. So like I said, it's one of those things you try not to be nervous because you know that you build it as best as you can. But I mean, you're still always gonna be a little nervous. What if you put an LSA supercharger? Hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm thinking if I can get the funds for it. With this build, I do plan on doing a 427 build for all the displacement. And then if I'm just not happy with the power, because with 427 liters of displacement, you can make well over 600 wheel horsepower with these LSs. If I still want more power, you can always throw an LSA blower up there. And that's a real possibility. When I build the motor, I'm going to build it with probably right around 11 to 1 compression ratio. That way I do still have a high enough compression for a naturally aspirated build. But if I do decide to go boost it, I won't have to worry about destroying the internals because the compression is too high for the boost. Let me go grab this radiator real quick, guys. As you guys can see, we do have a Mishimoto radiator, so we do have a little bit extra. Capacity for our cooling. So trying to do everything I can to make this engine as reliable as possible. He said make it a drag car. All right, my boy, I might have to throw some slicks on it. The wheels that are up there right now, I don't know how good the quality of the video is. The wheels that are up there right now are trash. I'm spinning first, third, sometimes, first, second, sometimes third. I'm just spinning the tire just about every time. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna do as far as trying to make it a drag car, but I would like to. I think this thing will be pretty freaking fun. Let's see what else we got. I like what you're doing. This is what I want to do when I get my mechanic technician. I'm not even certified, my boy. I'm just going off of just common sense and hopes and dreams, my man. I know I sound like I know what I'm talking about, but really in life, bro, and I want all you guys to really understand this. Let me sit you over here. I'm about to have to go get my charger, or else the freaking live feed is gonna die. Because we got 7% on the phone. In life, you can literally do anything that anybody else can do as long as you just try your best to figure out the information. Like the same thing that somebody that's certified can do, I can do. All I got to do is just look for the information that they have. I mean, that's really the bottom line. So when I started going to try to build this engine, I did the best I could to like look at some videos. Of course, I looked at how I took stuff apart to make sure that it went back together the way that it should. So I mean, hey, anything in life, bro, you can do. I promise you. I promise you that, fam. Let's try to put this radiator in. And let me make sure that the phone isn't gonna die. We're at 6%. I might need to go grab my charger because I don't want to lose you guys. I'm debating whether or not I should cut the muffler off my Volkswagen. Hey, some of them Volkswagens be sounding good, bro. The one thing that you don't want is a car that sounds obnoxious. If it's gonna be loud, it at least has to sound good. This thing, I think I just put up a short of me revving it. I put up a short like 2 days ago. You guys should go check out the short. It shows me revving it. It shows it shooting flames. This thing sounds good. If you're gonna have a loud car, you just don't want it to sound horrible. That's all. Let's try to get this radiator in here. Alrighty. And this right here is in our way. Let's see if we can pull that up. There we go. And I do want to run in there and grab my charger real quick because I think I'm at I'm at 6%. Hold on, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to be right back. I just need to run in the house and wasted money, get some rental properties. Dude, just saying. Hey, Rainy, I mean, I'm going to be honest, bro. You got a good point. I've been thinking about doing the whole rental property thing. I am making some money doing the whole car stuff with YouTube. Of course, you know, I got to wait until I blow up a little bit more. And I thank you guys for being here during the beginning stages of that, for sure. Because hopefully we're going to be at 10,000 subscribers within this year. We're at, I think, close to 7,300 right now. So I'm hoping we can get to 10K by the end of this year. But no, rental properties is definitely a way to go. It's just a lot of risk, a lot of knowledge that you need before you actually go ahead and go with it. Kenwood 709, how do you upgrade your radiator? You just got to look online. Hold on, let me see how much battery I got. We got 5%. You just got to look online and see what you can find for your build, bro, for your car. If your car has any aftermarket support, there's a very high likely chance that you can find a radiator for it. Mishimoto makes a lot of radiators for a lot of different cars, so there's a very high chance that you can find a radiator for your car. Just go online, see what they have as far as upgrades for your specific make and model, and then you can go ahead and upgrade it. I would say yes, they're usually vehicle specific because you do have certain. Hey, Dad, can you bring me a block? My phone's about to die. I got the cord. I just need the block to plug in the USB. Get one out of the car out here. That'll work. I need like a block to plug it into the actual extension cord. My boy said it ain't got no gas in it. Yeah, radiators are usually specific to the vehicle, fam. Just because you guys can kind of see right there, and there's another one right there. Your radiator is supposed to sit in a certain position. Now, of course, you can always go about, you know, custom modifying stuff, fabricating stuff. I'm sure you can very easily put a radiator behind here. My dad is, I think he's like 60s. I think he's like 63 maybe. My dad is old. But yeah, radiators are usually specific, fam, for the most part. At least from everything that I've seen, uh, radiators are pretty specific. Ugh. You got one? Did it? Oh, you already got the plug in it with it too? Okay. What you got? Show me something.
No, just ask what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm about to put this radiator in, and then I'm gonna button up the rest of them. Talking to the boys right now. The boys that's joining me. Hopefully this plug will actually stay. There we go.
Just sit on the center block behind you.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Sit it on the center block right here. There we go.
Still just barely touch.
Mm-hmm. Well, I got a brick. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, that's better.
All right, let's go ahead and get this radiator in real quick. It's being a bit of a headache. Alright. Man, these gnats are an abomination. Alrighty, so we got one side partially in. Let me try to get this other side in. I think I'm gonna have to get up under the car real quick. Alrighty. And we just got to pull this side in over here, and then we'll be good to go. This thing is a pain to try to get in, buddy, I'll tell you. And I need to twist this. Let me grab a wrench real quick. Alrighty. I don't know if I'll be able to reach it with this. Hold on, let me make sure I ain't missing nothing in the chat. Kenwood, yes, usually you can make it ready. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just like a complete headache to try to like fab stuff up. But I trade my Camaro. I gotta be honest, bro. The Mustang GTs are slept on. It's hard to watch this now. I want to look for parts I should buy. I'm telling you, bro, like doing car stuff is cars. Donut Media said it best. Cars are pain. Cars are pain, buddy. Alrighty. I'm gonna have to take this bracket out real quick. I need to get my freaking. I don't know if I'm gonna get this done by the time it gets dark. I honestly don't. I feel like I'm not going to. Pull this bracket out the way real quick. Alrighty, I'm trying to, for those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to turn this freaking radiator hose, and she's just being a bit of a bad girl right now. And the gnats are not helping. There we go. So I was able to get it off. Now I just need to I need to find my other freaking wrench. Where's my other set of pliers real quick? Honestly, guys, one of the worst parts about doing any type of work outside is when you go to look for a part, or go to look for not eating this week, kids. It's a VQ35 faded GG. The worst part about working outside, guys, is when you go to look for a part and it's just not there. Like, it just disappeared. And when I say part, I mean like I mean like for some tools or something. You go to look for it and they just straight up vanished. All right, let me try to get this bottom one on too. Oh my gosh, buddy, these gnats. And guys, here's gripe number 2. Your worst enemy whenever you're working outside will always be the gnats, bro. Yeah, I did change the transmission. It's got a 6-speed manual in it now. It doesn't have the 5-speed auto like it came with. Alrighty. Let me try to get this Oh, buddy, we almost there, man. We just got to get these tubes on. We just got to get these tubes on. And I'm almost there. I don't think it's quite on yet. It's close. It is, it's almost on, but just not quite. It is almost on though. I got just probably like a ½ inch to go. Hold on. There we go. It's on now. Okay. So we got the tube on. And let me make sure that the actual clamp is going all the way around the tube. So that's good. I think the bottom one is good. Let me try to get this other side of this radiator in. Why everyone working on, oh, my boy Everyday Car came in trying to be a savage. Hey man, cut us some slack, man. Alrighty. All right, that side is in. And where is the, here it is. Let's go ahead and there we go. This side is in. Cool beans. So the bottom radiator hose is still good to go. I don't see anything obstructing the fans. They are turning freely. Let's get this top hose on. It's up there nice and snug. Let me put the let me go ahead and put the clamp up here. I'm still at a loss for where my freaking tools are, buddy. That's what I want to know. Where are my tools? I just had them the other night. All right, guys, so radiator is in, alternator is in. Nothing wrong with maintenance and repairs as opposed to a car loan. Hey, that's very true. That is facts. Car loans, you can get you something new, buddy, but it's not gonna be fun. Okay, bottom hose is on. Make sure that this bottom right here is tightened down. One thing that you want to do whenever you put your radiator in is make sure that you do tighten your clamp that you had, or not clamp, your drain plug for your radiator. Because if you took it out, if you took your radiator out, likely you did loosen it up to drain it. So just always make sure that you check it. And so far we got transmission fluid is in and the plug is tightened We do have oil in as well as a filter. We can go ahead and put in I gotta fill it up with power steering fluid, but I would have to wait until I can start the car to make sure that it's in the system. And we can get ready and put some coolant in here in a second. Alrighty, let me go ahead and put some coolant in. Hopefully we don't have any issues with leaks. I probably need to go ahead and put this reservoir back in first. So let me put this bracket back down. And I'll go through and make sure that everything is plugged in. Everything that needs to be plugged in. With this being a custom build, there's a lot of things that are not plugged in, that if you were just looking at the car, you would probably wonder why it isn't plugged in. But there's a lot of things like the EGR, some vacuum lines, they didn't need to be plugged in. Just a bunch of like little stuff. Let me turn you guys just a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna look at the chat here in a second, guys. Hold on. Alrighty. So now, if for whatever reason it doesn't start first try, which I'm going to disconnect the fuel pump. That way, I'm probably going to disconnect the fuel pump and the injectors. That way, no fuel gets sent. I just want to turn it over to get the oil primed and get the oil running throughout the system. So I'm not going to start it up initially. I'm just going to crank it. I won't put that on live, guys, because that is going to be in the video. And if I do a first crank on live, I can't do a first crank for the video that I'm going to be posting. But I do want to get some oil throughout the system. Let me read the chat. 96 VR. Oh, nice. Nice, man. Nice. Yeah, D-Bone, go ahead and get in there and do it, bro. It's just about literally just making up your mind, saying, I'm going to get this shit done. Just that simple. The fittings normally come loose on those new aluminum radiators. Mine did recently. Yeah, D-Bone, that is awesome setup. I'm sorry about your radiator, buddy. Luckily, I haven't had any issue. Actually, I take that back. I did have, so before, because this is the only aftermarket this is the only aftermarket radiator that they make for my car. I did have one of these crack. I was driving, noticed that temperature started getting a little high, wondering what was going on, pulled over, saw some fluid leaking out of the radiator. So somehow or another, the radiator cracked, couldn't find out where. I contacted Mishimoto, they replaced it under warranty, I just had to pay for shipping. So yeah, sometimes these can fail. Hoping that this doesn't happen with this one. I do have a stock one in there to put in if I need to. I would much rather run this setup just because not only is it sick, but it should help with a little bit better cooling. Yeah, you know, bro, it's a manual factory. Gallon, even more unique. Oh, nice. I didn't even know you could get a gallon all-wheel drive. Yeah, I didn't either. I won't give up on it. It's a joy to drive. Yeah, buddy, don't give up, man. Even if you encounter problems, like I've encountered so many problems with this car, just keep going, bro. I mean, it's not gonna hurt you. Just keep going. That's all you gotta do. I need to make sure that I put on this bracket for the battery, and I'm hoping I can at least get this thing to turn over tonight. I don't think it's gonna not turn over unless with this build there is a lot of, as you guys know, custom stuff. So I did have to wire some custom cam shaft position sensors for this build specifically, hoping that the wiring I did on those, I did go through the instructions, so I'm hoping that the wiring is as it should be. But other than that, I think it should start. I shouldn't have any issues, really. Shouldn't have any issues. I did also have to extend some wires for the variable valve timing sensors up there at the front of the motor. I did have to extend them, and they are made a little bit different for this setup, but the harness is the same, so I'm hoping that works just fine. Alrighty. And this goes, I probably should have put this in between here first. So this goes right in here, like that. And this goes over top. And now we need to put the battery in. I do want to make sure I don't have any unconnected connectors. Knock sensor is plugged in. I do have the ohm resistor in this one, so hopefully that stays just fine. I might put some tape over that actually. All of the ignition coils are plugged in. O2 sensor is plugged in. I do need to plug in the fans for the radiator. So let me do that. Oh, here we go. So, like I said, O2 sensor is plugged in, alternator and AC compressor is plugged in, and the power cable is twisted on. Camshaft position sensor is plugged in. I did get these sensors out of the junkyard though, so they might not work the way that I want them to. Hold on, let me read the chat. Did you spray paint the engine silver? No, it came like that. These are upgraded aluminum valve covers. Originally, I did have some plastic covers. One of the one of the spark plug tube seals cracked because of how old and brittle it had gotten. So I went on ahead, upgraded to these aluminum covers. I think that the aluminum looks sick. I was gonna go with the red. On one of the lives that I did, a lot of people said go with the aluminum, which is what I decided to do. And well, I say go with the aluminum, but the red one was aluminum too, but they said go with the aluminum that also has that silver look. And I think it looks really, really nice. I do wish that I had spray painted the timing cover, maybe the high ram intake, wish I had spray painted all that stuff, because I think it would have tied the engine bay in real, real nice. Let's see, what else we got? All the rear ignition coils are plugged in, and all of the bolts are tightened up. Manifold is up there and tight. We do have all of these other harnesses plugged in to where they should go. I don't see anything impeding the actual gear shift lever, the mover. So let me go ahead and bring the battery over here. And get that going. Guys, look, this is my freaking coolant reservoir. I need to go ahead and just go to the junkyard and get one. I've been trying my best to just save this thing because it's like cracked right here. I think I'm just gonna go get one. Good afternoon, Mr. Sampson. What vehicle? It's a Nissan Maxima, Eli and Steven. Yeah, that's what I meant, the linkage. Well, not the linkage necessarily. I know that the linkage is free. I'm talking about the actual mechanism that's in the transmission that the linkage pulls on. I think that might just be the shifter mechanism. I know that the linkage is free, but the mechanism needs to be able to move forward and back and also up and down. So I was just making sure that that was freed up. What else we got? We got to put this over here on. So let's put the washer fluid cover on. And this plugs into here. And let me put that right there. See, y'all getting a bit of an exclusive right now, because originally I was just gonna put all this in a video, but I actually do like interacting with you guys a lot. So I decided to just go live instead. Oh no, this thing don't want to go down up there, man. What the freak? There we go. I am gonna put some coolant in here. Radiator flanges are plugged in. So now we can put the battery in, and this freaking battery tray is tripping. I think it goes, I don't know which way this battery tray goes. I think it goes this way. We're just gonna go with that, boys. We're gonna go with that, man. Here is the negative and the positive. I did decide to do a little bit of a bigger battery that we just had laying around. My stock battery, let me make sure that it's in shot. Juicing it up. Yeah, juicing it up, my boy. Is it drivable or? Yeah, it's drivable. That's what I'm trying to get the build done now so I can start back driving it. The reason that the motor is down is because I blew a head gasket. And after I blew the head gasket, I knew I had to take the heads off. And the way that I knew that I blew a head gasket is because I saw white smoke coming out of the back and it smelled like coolant, which means somehow or another coolant was getting into the combustion chamber. Only way for that to happen would have been if one of my sleeves was malfunctioning or if I blew a head gasket. When I pulled the heads off, I checked, all the sleeves still seemed like they were level. So I just went on ahead and threw it back together. But I'm hoping that I can go ahead and get it going so I can actually start back driving. We got to get the positive to positive, negative to negative. What in the world? There we go. Let's see. I might end up, no, that'll fit. And I need to make sure that this will fit as well. See, with this new intake system, it's just a little bit more crowded over here. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make this work. Figure out a way to make it work. Or maybe I just need to, let me try to run these a different way. I think I need to actually unplug this and run it under. Where is, I think I grabbed a screwdriver earlier. I'm gonna try to use these, because I think I just actually need to run this under real quick. There we go. All right, let's run it under here. And I think that should give us a little bit more leniency. Okay, it just clicked in. Now I'm trying my best to figure out how I can I'm trying to figure out the best method of getting this freaking thing on the plug real quick. Okay, let's try that. I think I see what's happening here. Hold on, let me try this real quick. What's happening is the freaking lines for the throttle body are hitting. So if I can figure out a way to get around these lines, we should be all right, guys. Project car stuff, man. Project car stuff never fails to surprise me. Let me see if I can move. I don't think I can move this battery up anymore either. This wasn't the same when I had the other intake on. I did not have this issue, but with this new high ram intake, but it is kicking my tail, I tell you. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the freaking gnats off of me. Let me just pull the battery to the side real quick. What's this, a 10? Yeah, it's a 10. And I'll push the battery back down here in a second. Gotta get the thing all the way seated up here. What is this, an 8? I got an 8 up here. I need a 10 for real. I hadn't even been checking the chat. So take the battery into the back, boot it to the trunk. I was thinking about that. So then let's heat on the motor. Well, I have a still in the car or just still in the battery. Weak. I actually have an extra battery in the back for my sound system. Alrighty, so that appears to be okay. Let's see if we can get this one on as well. This one is on. We now have power. So the car should now have power. Yep. We now got power. Oh, buddy. We are slowly dialing it in. If you move the battery to the back, well, hold on. Let me show you guys the situation in the back of my trunk. All of y'all that's in here, just stay tuned so you can see why I can't necessarily move the battery to the back. So I have an additional battery back there. hopefully it went ahead and opened. So I got this monstrosity of a subwoofer in here. Now you guys can see I do have some other stuff back here. This is all gonna get thrown out. I basically had this stuff back here because you guys can see I was doing all the speakers and everything, as well as some wood for when I was building the box. But I got this monstrosity of a sub. Now on this side, you can't see, maybe I can turn the light on. I do have the amp, and on the other side of the, well, you can't see it really. On the other side of the sub, I do have an additional battery. So that's why I can't really do a whole lot right now with moving the battery up here to the back, because I already got a lot going on in the back. If you move the battery to the back, let's see, he's gonna fix his rim so he can cruise to the Popeyes and get us some chicken. My boy woke up and chose violence. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with Popeyes, bro. I don't think folks realize. Nah, bro, it's okay. Just leave him in here, bro. I don't think folks realize, like, getting under my skin is extremely difficult. Like extremely difficult. So Dilly Bar 777. I don't know why you would choose that name, but I'm not gonna get too riled up, buddy. You can talk about Popeyes all you want, man. My boy said he loves some Popeyes too. Hey, there we go. I ought to dap you up, fam. What's up?
Dad said to probably turn the fan down out there.
Wow.
Because it's cooling off a little bit, I guess.
Okay.
Also, he has like some sort of scab in his ear. Have you felt it?
I haven't felt it.
But I didn't know if you knew it was there.
Hopefully it's not a tick.
Well, it doesn't look like a tick. It just looks like a little scabbed over area, and I don't know what it is.
Okay, I'll get to it. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Alrighty. Abracadabra. Alrighty. Actually, I should have just left it on this one. Let's see. Is my boy Dilly Bar still talking, man? Hold on, what did he say? I bet that sound system. Oh yeah, the sound system be moving, bro. It be moving some wind. And it used to rattle. I did do my best to put as much dampening back there as I could. So I do have some like padding in between the windshield or the back window and the third brake light that's in the center. I also have a little bit of padding around the trunk itself. So I tried to lessen the rattle as much as I could with the sound system. I'm hoping that it's enough. Alrighty. Give me 1 second. I might have to take this battery back out because I just lost a freaking nut. I'm gonna feel around down here and see if I can find it. I might not be able to though. I didn't hear it drop, so I'm not entirely sure where it could have gone, but I kind of need it for my battery. So I'm gonna try to find it. If I need to take the battery back out, then I'll just do that, which is looking like that might be Or let me just grab a flashlight, actually. All right, let me see if I can find out where that nut went with this flashlight right here. Wherever that thing went, but it is hiding. Which is my fault, because I probably should have just went on ahead and pulled it off. Let me make sure it didn't fall on the ground, actually. Man, guys, that sucks, man. I think I'm gonna have to pull the freaking battery back out if I can't find that nut. I'm looking for it, buddy, and I have looked over this whole thing right here and haven't seen anything. Oh, here it is. I found it. Woo! Luckily, it didn't go too far. Hold on, how many? I've been missing the chats. How many watts? So the sub is, I believe it's rated for 4,000 watts. I just got a 3,000 watt amp on it right now. I'm here to hear the motor in motion. Hey, bro, I'm sorry to disappoint you, D-Bone. I hope you don't leave, bro, but as far as the live goes, I'm saving the first startup for the video. I'm hoping that I'll have the first startup tomorrow morning. I do have a video that'll probably be dropping either on Sunday or at sometime in the beginning of next week, and it'll have it's the whole process that I went through with this whole rebuild, as well as the startup in it. So you might have to just wait, but if you want to consider subbing, then I used to be really into Maximus. 2004 model came out. This is a 2006 right here, and it's not an HR, it is a DE, but I did go ahead and bore and stroke it to 4.1 liters, and I did add a set of HR heads up here that are ported and polished. So it's quick, buddy. It's quick. Let me freaking pull this thing up real quick. Need my 10, because it's being stubborn. It's being stubborn. Alrighty. Now that we got that handled, all right, now should be able to go ahead Push this back down. Actually, I need to put the 10 back up here first. Push this back down. Let me check the chat real quick. Mad respect. Thanks, my boy. A sub you got, my guy. Hey, D-Bone. Thanks for the love, fam. For real, for real. Cool, she ought to move. Oh, yeah, she moves, buddy. She made 330 wheel before I added the 6-speed manual, before I did exhaust, before I did the HR heads with the cams. Just doing the setup that I had, but increasing the displacement. She made 330 wheels. So, let's see. A sub you got. Oh, I read that one. My first Maxima, hand down, 92. Oh, yeah, buddy. Them 6-speeds are love, bro. The 6-speed, the manual experience in this is just unreal. This is a real car guy for anybody that wants to talk shit. Knows more than somebody that owns 20 fancy cars. Well, hey, thanks, Charlie. That's the goal, my boy. I thank you for the love, man. That means a lot to me, for real, my boy. What engine in it? It's a VQ35. It's just a stroker build. So it's been bored and stroked to 4.1 liters. Yeah, 330 wheel. And I had somebody in the chat earlier that say, you know, just adding the 6-speed swap itself is adding 25% more horsepower. So in all reality, with the manual transmission, it's probably already up to just 360 with just the manual transmission. Because I tell you, it felt a lot faster. Like going from the 5-speed that I had, putting in the 6-speed, you're talking about a night and day difference in speed. It was insane. Thanks, Javier. Thanks, my boy. Thanks for the love, guys, for real. This stuff is not easy, but I love interacting with you guys, like legitimately. And I love when you guys support, sub. If you see a video, comment, man. I mean, I'm all about talking for the boys, man. 360 to 380. I'm hoping that with, yeah, manual is the only way to go, bro. What's going on, Darius? Literally every car we have here is manual, except for my mom's car and the Impala SS. My dad's Corvette that you guys see over there, it's a manual. My Camaro SS that's over here is also a manual. And then I've switched this one to manual. So literally manual is the only way to go, man. I'm hoping when we get done with this build, we'll be up to right around, and it's getting dark. I'm about to have to wrap this up here in a little bit, guys. I do want to add some coolant, and then I'll probably call it after that. I do hope after this last iteration, I'm thinking about adding nitrous. I did tell somebody in the chat there earlier, but I'm hoping that after this, I can go ahead and at least cross over that 400 wheel horsepower for this VQ. That'll be unheard of. People are not going to be expecting it. With over 400 wheel in one of these, you can easily beat a Scat Pack. Think about it. Scat Packs make 495 to the crank. That's not including drivetrain loss because they do have rear wheel drive. So you're going to lose more drivetrain loss, rear wheel drive, than you will front wheel drive. And then on top of that, they're heavier than this. So this would be the Scat Pack with 400 wheel right here. No problem. Yeah, you do lose 25% of horsepower through torque converter with automatic. So with this manual right here, buddy, it's night and day. In Alaska, it doesn't get dark. Oh, that's got to be rough, my boy. 18 hours of sunlight is crazy. 18 hours of sunlight is wild, bro. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Trying to go ahead and get this these last finishing touches. Last finishing touches, my boy. Let me plug this in. So that's plugged in. Let me go ahead and tighten these up. Alrighty. Hey man, you know you talking to a real car guy when he out in the dark still working on the car, bro. You know it's real when he out in the dark still working on the car. Now we do have a few more. If you want to sleep, you have to have blackout curtains, bro. That would be ridiculous. I don't know that I would want to do that, bro. I don't know that I would want to go through with that. Let me disconnect y'all from the charger real quick. So we do have a few more vacuum lines that we need to fit. This one right here, I forgot what this went to, but it was something that I didn't need. So we do have a hose right here that needs to wrap around and go to this one for the crankcase ventilation. And then we do have this right here that I need to run a hose all the way over there. I do have this long hose right here. I thought I had another hose over here. I'm not sure what happened to it. Not sure what happened to it at all. This is where I was sitting all my parts. So that's not good. Oh, and here's my motorcycle, guys. For those of you who didn't know, this is my 1000cc Yamaha. It does have a leak right now where the oil cooler is. I did order a new oil cooler for it. It just got in yesterday. This will be back on the channel shortly. I just got to get the oil cooler changed out, which is time for an oil change for this thing anyway. So I'm probably going to get that changed tomorrow. This should be getting wrapped up tomorrow. All I got to do is put those hoses on, and then I should be good to go ahead and crank it. I did want to give you guys a quick look inside the Camaro. This thing smells freaking awesome, y'all. Some of y'all weren't in the chat when I talked about the story behind this Camaro and why it's not on the channel currently. You guys can see it is an SS. You guys can also see it is a manual. I can't get enough of just smelling this thing, bro. It still has that new car smell. It is just pristine in here. A lot different than that car. Because anytime I'm working on that one the most, I just put stuff in the floor of the passenger seat. I freaking love this car, yeah. Freaking love it. What else do I need to do over here? We do have everything hooked up that I think we're gonna be able to for tonight. I might do my best to get another line. I might just go get a line tomorrow because I'm gonna need two. One to go from right here to here, one to go from right here to here. And then I should be able to go ahead and start it up tomorrow. I think I want to go ahead and put some coolant in just to see if I have any coolant leaks. So we got 2 bottles right here. And guys, also, fuck G, that's normal for you. We would turn crazy. Oh yeah, I would go crazy, but if the sunlight won't going out. Did want to let you guys know I will be having some videos on the Corvette coming up soon because we do have to, my dad needs a new slave cylinder in this car. So in order to do the slave cylinder on these, you have to literally drop the transmission, drop the torque tube, just to back everything out to be able to access the slave cylinder. We're going to change the clutch while we're in there. So we'll have some videos on the Corvette coming up pretty soon. I did drive this car literally my entire senior year of high school. So I have a special place in my heart for that car. And my main goal in building my Maxima was to make it as fast as the Corvette. Now I've already done that. And of course, you always want to keep going. But my main goal was just to make it as fast as the Corvette. And I would say that we did a pretty good job. Let me make sure that there's nothing under the car that shouldn't be, because I'm about to lower it because I think I'm done for the night. see. Let me go ahead and lower this baby down real quick. I gotta make sure I'm on the wood, or else I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to get the jack out, because this thing is on coilovers. So it's a little bit lower than your stock max. Okay. So let me go ahead and put the car in. Take the emergency brake on. Thing started rolling forward on me. I was like, uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hopefully I still got enough of the hopefully I still got enough of the wood up there to pull the jack out. Yeah, I do. Nice. Let's go ahead and put some coolant in it. If I come out tomorrow and there's a big puddle on the ground, and that means I had a massive coolant leak somewhere. Now I'm gonna try to eyeball this in the dark. I'm gonna spill some, I already know. I'm only gonna do one bottle, and then I'm gonna look under the car to see if I got any leaks. That's why I'm trying my best not to spill any, because I don't want to have any false what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it, guys. I don't want to have any false positives of a leak, put it that way. So we're gonna pour this little bit of coolant in. And then we're gonna check and see if we got any leaks. Hold on, I got a freaking mosquito flying in my ear. That's the one thing, bro. Bugs will make you mess up a pour. I'm telling you. Bugs will do everything in their power to make you mess up pouring something. Y'all saw I was doing good, man. Now I'm gonna start spilling stuff. See, with this bigger radiator, it takes a lot more coolant. Like, I think my other radiator would have been full by now. So yeah, you do add a little bit of weight, but you also add a lot more cooling power. So ultimately, it's still good for the motor. Shit. But I'm glad I didn't do that with the freaking a whole lot still left in there. All right, let's see. Let me get this light to see if we got any leaks up under here. Let's see. Hopefully no. I don't see any. Nothing as of yet. All right, so we can proceed with the next bottle. Whew-wee, I am exhausted. My boy said rev it. It ain't even started yet, bro. The boys just having a full-blown conversation in the chat about Alaska. That's tough. Hey, man, I'm glad y'all boys getting to know each other. Alrighty. Yo, these mosquitoes are pissing me off. Like, why? It's a whole big wide world out here. Why can't you leave me alone? You gonna come over here and mess with me when you got the highest possibility of getting killed versus going and messing with like a horse or something. That thing took 2 whole bottles, buddy. That thing took 2 whole freaking bottles, son. Alrighty, I think it filled up like right at the end. So we are going to leave this at this stage that it's in right now for the night. And we are going to call it. It just got dark and it's time to call it, man. I don't know how many gallons the radiator takes. I don't know how many gallons it takes, but I know that it just took those 2 peak bottles. Let me see how much these are. These are 1 gallon. So it took 2 of these, and I think the radiator just filled up. Now, of course, as the thermostat opens, stuff gets circulated through the motor. It's gonna take a lot more than just these 2 gallons that I put in there. So I'm gonna have to be prepared for that. But I'm gonna leave it like this for the night and call it because I'm ready to go in, get me something to drink. I gotta go walk my dog. So I did want to let you guys know. Oh my gosh, I'm black, but you guys can't see me at all. Let me put the thing back on, put the flash back on. Yeah, the engine probably holds gallons, so I would say probably about 3 gallons of coolant. But just like that, guys, I might not end up going live tomorrow just because, thanks, D-Bone. Yeah, it's already pre-mixed. I think it's 50-50. Yeah, it's 50-50. Sometimes I'll get 60-40, but I just went with the 50-50. So I'm going to leave it like this for tonight. I'll come back tomorrow, check everything one more time, see if we got any leaks. And like I said, I got to get some hoses to be able to make sure that it's got the right positive crankcase ventilation setup going on. But you're supposed to mix it. Yeah, that's what I said, buddy. This one's already pre-mixed. It's already 50-50. It's already 50-50, so we're good. I know that you got to put distilled water in it whenever you Charlie, it's probably about 75 to 80 degrees right now. Until another stream, take care of this. Charlie, I'll hear from you another stream if we encounter. Yeah, I'll stream at another point, my boy. It'll probably be actually me driving. If I can get this thing up and going by the next Cars and Coffee, I'll probably live stream on my way out to Cars and Coffee. Those are normally going to be Saturdays and Sundays, anywhere between 8 a.m. to probably 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Because it's like an hour drive from where I live. So those will be Saturdays and Sundays. If you guys are up that morning, go ahead and tune in. Of course, I'm talking about Eastern Standard Time because we are in North Carolina. But yeah, man, if you guys enjoyed the stream, consider subscribing. I'm going to be trying to go live a lot more because I like engaging with you guys. I'm going to save the rest, the startup or the failure. I'm not even going to talk negativity. I'm going to save the startup for tomorrow. And hopefully everything goes smooth. We got our fingers crossed. And I'll put that in the video that's going to be coming up within this next week. So thank you guys for joining. Thanks for all the love, man. If you liked it, consider subscribing. Catch you guys on the next stream, man. Peace out.